Stop the war, and then prepare for court. The innocent do not fear justice. It seems this time, Trump did not pamper him, who was used to surrounding Netanyahu with smiles and open support. He spoke in front of the cameras with phrases Netanyahu did not want to hear, like stopping the war and respecting the lives of innocents. But what happened behind the scenes was the most intense meeting in the history of the relationship between the two men. Netanyahu did not enter a meeting room, but rather a room of reckoning. And Trump was not in the mood for negotiation. He seemed like someone who came to end a phase and open the door to settling scores. In this video, we will not recount what was said in front of the cameras, but we will take you to what happened in the room, from which Netanyahu emerged, realizing that the era of protection had ended.
What happened behind the scenes was not ordinary and was unlike any previous meeting between the two leaders. What I know for sure is that Netanyahu entered the meeting believing that things would be as before. Smiles, pleasantries, a photo in front of the two flags, then some traditional phrases about security and cooperation. But he was surprised from the very first moment that Trump's tone was completely different. The tone was very different. Trump clearly informed him that the continuation of the war on Gaza was no longer acceptable, neither humanely, politically, nor even from an American perspective. He told him that Washington, now in light of international changes, was no longer willing to bear the cost of a war in which massacres are broadcast live and in front of the global public opinion. In a tone similar to a warning, he informed him that continuing military operations could negatively affect American support, especially since the White House has begun to face unprecedented internal pressures. Then came the most significant blow. The judicial issues facing Netanyahu were explicitly addressed. He told him, very clearly, that when the war ends, he must face the judiciary like any accused official. Netanyahu did not expect to hear these words from Trump himself. The man, who had always described him as the closest ally, is now speaking to him in the language of law, not loyalty. The behind-the-scenes meeting lasted less than expected. It was not a negotiation meeting, but more like a soft warning. A warning wrapped in words, but heavy with implications. Trump no longer sees Netanyahu as a winning card, but has started to treat him as a political burden that needs to be neutralized in the coming phase, especially amid increasing global criticism and the declining image of Israel in the American media itself. The meeting was not officially leaked, but those who were there know exactly. Netanyahu left that meeting not as a leader, but as someone pursued.